Hey everyone, it's Will, GamerDad, with another video for you. So in today's video, we're finally going to take down the mysterious Ogre hard, and this is of course an optional boss that's unlocked after finishing the Apocrypha in the two endings. Now if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, I really appreciate it. I also do have a Patreon account for those who want to support me this way. So first off, I actually do apologize for the late beat. This is about 2 weeks old fight-wise, and so I actually had a lot of trouble trying to formulate a clear with Eva and Flam. But that being said, I decided to go with a Flash Strike stance featuring AS Hardy, also obviously ES Melina, Kid, and Aldo. And the reason for that is because we really do require a 50-50 dual debuff in order to survive the hits. If you have a type shield, obviously that'll be better. You also do need a healer, especially if you can't low turn clear. The easiest low turn clears, of course, are using things like Orlea with ES Mew blasting right through the barrier, because the enemy has a barrier that reduces most of the damage turn 1. Not only that, it has a 35 hit barrier as well, and it resists all damage during the first turn. So if you just AF it, you can know that the damage was very, very low. Now that being said, after turn 1, it acts scared, in which case now it's just regular damage, doesn't resist any fire damage, as you can clearly see. And in this case, I actually do have a Fire Zone Grasta carried by AS Hardy. I didn't realize that the boss actually set its own Fire Zone, in which case it would actually help my team quite tremendously. ES Melina doesn't do any fire damage, however, the fact that she can heal with Seraph Messiah in Lunatic mode for 3000 HP really helps ease the healing burden, being that we are taking damage every turn, not only from the background, from the fact that he hits you repeatedly with multiple attacks. Now keep in mind, again, if you don't have Zed Steel up with the 50-50 dual debuff, I know it's a triple debuff with the speed, you're going to get hit for probably about 10k, which is why I kind of got discouraged in my initial attempts. Now that being said, it's all a matter of just wearing down the boss. It does have an HP stopper at around the, I'm going to say around the 10% mark left, and you see it right here at the Crusader's end. So again, main thing is 50-50 dual debuff, other than punching right through with an all-out Thunder Zone team, featuring ES Mew or some combination like that. I think Silver Striker can also have a high multiplier enough to just do enough damage, because it feels like after the first 35 hits, you can essentially do, it's like a 10% kind of damage, very similar to the Murphys of the world. Okay, so at the HP stopper, note that the Mysterious Ogre does throw another 20 hit shield that you have to get rid of. Now keep in mind that all our units do multi-hits with the exception of Aldo, and so as long as you have all your multi-hits going, you're probably going to penetrate through the 20 hit barrier, in which case Aldo can do damage even though it's guarded or resisted. Remember that resisted damage in general is about 25% damage, as opposed to something like that, like Murphy, like I said, it was 10% damage. Not really sure of the numbers here, but clearly I was able to do enough damage with just Aldo. And of course, AS Hardy does do a significant number of damage. You could even use his Eclipse Cannon if you need a one-shot kill. It'll break the zone, but it will do a lot of damage in a single hit. Alright, so that's finally done. Again, sorry for the late clear. Really should have gotten to it earlier. It actually, once I got my mind to it and formulated a slightly different team, it actually flowed a lot better. Alright, so let me know in the comments below what team you used to beat it, if you've already beaten it, or if if you've had some troubles getting motivated to do so, just like I had. Of course, with the time-twisted maze, that's been eating up a lot of time as well. So, like unlike normal times, I didn't commit nearly as much research time into doing a clear. Alright, so after understanding that a 50-50 dual debuff is enough to kind of mitigate damage, I decided to go back to my original Thunder Zone team. I know mine is not nearly as awesome as your guys's, with lacking obviously Silver Striker or ES Mew. However, remember that Orlea in our 5-star review does have a dual debuff move that's delayed, but however in AF it lands right away. So we're going to start off with a one-turn AF as well, and keep in mind that remember that Thunder Zone, if you do activate it, during the AF, each hit for Thunder hits do generate 10% AF bar charge, which is very similar to Flash Strike stance, such that we can maintain the bar long enough to at least land our buffs, debuffs, and so on and so forth. Now, instead of having the piano being played with Kid so that we had to press Katana Swing over and over and over again, gets 10 stacks, and then finally get a Z steal, we can get that right away in the third move, because remember, we start the zone first, lock it in with another zone with RCF, and then you cast Alu Mage, which boosts everyone by 100% damage in terms of stat wise, and then obviously after that, just use your buffs from RCF as well as that dual debuff move from Lumiere Seal. At this point, outside AF, all it takes is using your main 2 DPS, in this case, Nakoko, which her cat slap still does okay, moderate amounts of damage, decent multiplier, and of course, if you do enough multi-hits the turn before, Doble Rampango will do a lot of damage with AS Victor, and I am glad I have him as my main Thunder DPS. Otherwise, I don't think a Thunder team for mine, such as using Skull, would even do enough damage. However, I think that Surge might have a good chance, being that he can change to kind of Thunder if you equip Thunder, elements. But I haven't tried that. I decided to go with a more powerful team. Like I said, I already have some experience with this, being that I used this team for my 5-star review of Orlea, and should have really used this earlier on when this boss first came out. If you're wondering about the time I spent on taking down this boss in terms of trying this out, the 2 different tries, previously with the obviously failed attempts with Eva and Flam, I would say about an hour, give or take, and then it just kind of gave up. Upon getting reinvigorated, the first clear you saw with Aldo and Kid, probably took somewhere in the 40-minute range, just to kind of experiment and make sure I got everything good. Also have to have some experience with kind of playing around with the enemy's moveset, because, you know, if you don't know kind of thing. And then finally with this one, after I kind of gotten the hang of some of the fight, this one actually only took 3 tries using this team. So the advantages of both these teams is that obviously it can do it pretty easily. However, the AF piano playing is something that obviously is a little bit challenging for some of you, especially if you're playing on a phone, whereas I'm playing on a large tablet, so I can just kind of put it on a table and use my 2 hands to kind of alternate between the piano buttons in terms of pressing all the moves. So definitely with the Orlea and RCF, tinkering with the multiple moves and making sure you don't press things the wrong way is important. Obviously, with the first clear I used, making sure you don't press Eclipse Cannon early instead of, for example, pressing a ill-timed Lunatic activation, or, for example, a Katana Swing to get Kid to 10. Those are things to watch out for if you wanted to do it this way. That being said, I'm sure there are easier clears, better low turn clears than myself, but at least I got it done. And you can see the loadout here, which, like I said, is very similar to the ones I used when clearing content using the Orlea 5-star review. Anyways, good luck in your fights, good luck in getting more jeweled OOP arts, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.